Okay, so basically, I'm here to discuss like a few things. This is gonna be, I think, a long rant. So listen to me rant and watch me complete Razzle and Dazzle Mastery because I still have yet to complete their mastery. Alright, so the first off, we're going to talk about how Dandy's World is not the most toxic fandom, despite literally every other rant is saying it is. And I'm going to explain to you why that is not true. So basically, for those who weren't born for like 2016 or 2019 or something, you guys, you guys have probably heard of the Undertale fandom. Well, the Undertale fandom is still around, but it's not as big as before. So basically, oh yeah, I should mention that these are just my opinions. You're also accessible to your own, so please don't harass me or anyone mentioned, if I even mention anyone. Also, this is unscripted, so apologies if it sounds weird. Alright, so basically let's start off with number 1 of the 2017 Undertale fandom. So basically, let's start. So, mischaracterizations. Okay, so, mischaracterizations. This doesn't revolve around the original Undertale. In fact, it revolves around fan-made AUs. Now, just a clarification, AUs are completely fan-made or fanon, or headcanons. They are not official. They are not official to the actual Undertale universe. They are just fan-made, like every other piece of lore that isn't confirmed in the game or by Toby Fox. And, well, let's just start off with the canon Undertale characters first, before we move on to the fan-made AUs. So basically, let's start off with the main protagonist, us, or Frisk. So basically, Frisk, apparently according to Fanon, is an adult with a questionable body type, and is white, and can speak. Now, it's actually, I don't know if it's actually canon that Frisk can speak, but it is kind of strange, to say the least. And then, strange to say the least, also, they go by she, her. Despite, I think Frisk's gender is dependent on our gender. So I usually refer to her as she, her, because I'm a female. But you can refer to her as he, him if you're a male, or they, them if you're non-binary, or any other gender if you're that gender. But for some reason, she's a female, despite her literally canonically being her own gender. So I guess that counts. Yeah, I don't even know. But she also has a crush on Sans. You know, the Franz ship, right? That one ship that literally... You know, one ship that everyone used to love but now hates because we all grew up and realized that Frisk is a goddamn child and Sans is an adult. Yeah. I think it's a bit too late for us to hate the ship when we literally made loads of media about it. So we should blame ourselves for the future generation liking the ship. Yeah. Yeah, we need to educate the youth more. But it's not our problem. At least for now, at least. Also, now let's discuss Papyrus. So, according to Fanon, Papyrus is weak and a baby. You're gonna see that a lot in Undertale characters that don't look strong. And is also gullible. I think Papyrus is canonically gullible, but not as gullible as Fanon Papyrus. Also, can we also discuss the fact that we used to give gacha versions of Undertale characters hair? I mean, some people make them bald, but yeah, we're not going to discuss that. Also, he doesn't even believe his brother in like half of the gacha videos. You guys remember the bad child trend, right? You know, that one Undertale trend where Sans sings, where basically the player, us, controls Frisk into making Sans the bad person, and Sans sings a song like literally every other gacha video, and then everyone believes him, and then they all hate the player. Also, can we discuss how people mischaracterize mischaracterizations the player. What the hell? Mischaracterization? Mischaracterizes the player. Now, for those who have been living under a very, very deep rock, the player is basically us. Us humans. And basically, these gacha videos are basically calling us bad people. Well, I guess we are technically bad people if we did the genocide route. But most of us only did the pacifist route. So how are we bad people if some of us only did the pacifist route? Also, some of you might... Also, I think some of the people who made these gacha videos haven't even played Undertale themselves. Because if they had, they would have probably, known their actual personalities, but I guess not. Okay. Yeah. Oh, God. And also, Toriel. I feel like Toriel is the most mischaracterized Undertale character back in 2018. Okay, so let's start off with the fact that people think she's homophobic. It isn't. Now, we actually don't know she's Now, I think it's but she is canonically loving to everyone. She's canonically loving to everyone, but since people think she's homophobic, people think she's not, especially in those Bad Child videos I explained earlier. Oh God, why did I used to watch them? Now, I might do a reaction video of them soon, but not now, because I'm focused on completing masteries on Toons in Dandy's World, like I'm doing in the background. Also, ignore the background noises that aren't Dandy's World or me. Okay, and can we also discuss and basically, according to the fandom, she's the antagonist. Okay, so basically from what I can tell, from me playing Undertale a lot, there was no true antagonist, because the antagonist depends on what route you're doing. If you're doing the pacifist route, it's Flowey. If you're doing the genocide route, it's basically every monster. Or yourself, depending on who you ask. Or Kara. And if you're doing the neutral routes, it's still Flowey. It's Flowey like the pacifist route. And also, speaking of Kara, people either say that Kara's the bad guy or the good guy. But in my opinion, she is in between. Like, she does help us in the genocide route, but they do help us in the genocide route, so she's kind of evil like us. She's kind of evil like us. Even though, now I'm gonna get comments saying that, oh, but Kara didn't tell us to do it. Then why is she helping us? If she didn't want us to do the genocide route, she wouldn't have helped us and probably would have, executed us as soon as she could. But she didn't. She only executed us once we eradicated everyone in the underground. So, and I think she's only... Now, I haven't actually completed the genocide route, but I did watch playthroughs of the genocide route. Where basically she kills us for, I guess, our power. So, she isn't evil nor good. Yeah. I think I got that she wanted our power theory or headcanon thing from Dusttale. Speaking of Dusttale, I am a big fan of Dusttale. Okay, now that we think I got through every canon character that had huge mischaracterizations, let's move on to AUs. Starting off with Undertale. Now, I don't know where Undertale came from, but I think it came from a series of animations or fanfiction. I don't know. But, so let's start off with Undertale sounds. Or Fell or Red. Yeah, the fandom gave him loads of nicknames. And we're just going to call him Fell, because I think that's his canonically AU name. I don't know, I refuse to call him Red, because I get PTSD flashbacks from my 2018 gacha phase. So basically, according to the fanon people, Fell is gay and is a gacha bad boy. Oh god, why am I saying this? And he also has a crush on classic, normal Sans, or classic Sans, or whatever the hell you guys like to call the Blue Jacket Sans. Yeah, that makes me very disgusted. And I used to ship it too. Oh Lord, I was weird back then. Oh god. I regret. Why do I watch this stuff? Why do I watch this stuff? Why did I watch this stuff? And then we have sorry about that. And then we have Swap Sands, or Blue or Blueberry. Okay, so basically, I think we already know. So basically, I would like you guys to think about it. What does Swap Sands look like? I'll give you like 2 seconds. Now, if you think Swap Sands wears a bow, has star blue eyes, and is very short and cute, you are wrong. You are wrong. Yep, you're wrong. Yep, you're wrong. You lose the game show that just existed 2 seconds ago. Yeah, he looks like Papyrus, but isn't, because it's the swap version of Undertale. And people think he is cutesy and ooey like original Papyrus, even though canonically he has the same personality as original Papyrus, because he's basically Papyrus but Sans. I don't know how to explain the swap version. I don't know how to explain swap AUs. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know how to explain swap AUs. And it does kind of annoy me too, because, yeah, back then I thought it was, ooh, so this is canon? This was before I knew about the actual AUs. And also, can we discuss his gacha design? Oh boy. Now, I wish I could edit, but I don't know how to edit, so just search up Underswap Sans Gacha, and it'll probably show up. It might take a little scrolling, but his fan version of the Gacha swap can appear. Also, he was shipped a lot with Dust Sans, which is kind of weird because Dust Sans is known for murdering people, or I mean, he did murder, but he did went insane after he killed his own brother in Dust Tale. Yeah, but he's seen as a bad boy too, like, fell. Okay, can we also discuss, okay, now that we've got Blue Swap out of the way, let's discuss the other Star Sanses, or that's what they are called. Dream. Not the YouTuber Dream, Dreamtail Sans. Okay, now there's 2 versions of Dreamtail, like, one where it's basically Undertale, but with Dream, but in like a dream world. And then we have the one that probably everyone knows more, which has 2 versions of Sans that are guardians of a tree of golden apples and dark apples, and basically Dream's brother Nightmare eats a dark apple and turns into an evil version of Nightmare. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, so just go search it up yourself. I'm terrible at describing stuff. And basically, Dream is like, well, according to the fan, Dream is a soft no, I'm not describing it. I don't think you guys want to hear a description of it either, so please don't go searching it up. Now, I don't want to search it up either, so I'm just going to assume that the search results are going to be very cursed. And I hate making assumptions of that. So basically, yeah, also Nightmare. So basically from what I heard, Nightmare is basically, well, the old Nightmare is basically dead. And the goopy covering of him is his new body and stuff. So canonically is basically over his corpse. Ugh, God, that makes me rethink everything. But for some reason, Nightmare is actually still alive and is overprotective of Dream. I don't think that's true at all. Oh, God. Because, remember what I said, old Nightmare is dead, and the new evil Nightmare probably doesn't even care about Dream, so... yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. So don't go around saying that old Nightmare's still in there, so, because I canonically think, because according to, like, some people, he's canonically dead. No, he's canonically dead. Also, Cross. Now, I'm gonna say it, but I might get, like, some backlash for saying it, but I don't know Cross's full backstory. Cross stands, or Cross for short, from what I can recall, is basically like an alternate universe where W.D. Gaster is, like, containing the Cross universe. Monsters, humans, whatever the hell monsters, humans, what am I even saying? But in the fan version, when I grew up with, unfortunately, he's, God, a bad boy too, he is also a bad boy too, who overprotects Dream, and oh God, and yeah, God, how long have I been ranting for? I think I should end this right here before all our brains rot. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video.